Hello and welcome. I am Lee Berg, and today we have another MMS speaker interview. Today we're joined by John Nelson. Hey, John, we can see that you're going to be returning to the MMS conference this year due to your nice jacket here. But before we talk too much about the conference, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and who you are?
Sure. I'm John Nelson. My peers call me number two because there's more than one John on our team, and I became the second John, so they just call me John too. And I am an engineer at a large bank, let's say,
Okay.
and I will not be representing my employer at at MMS this year. I will be speaking on my own. Um, but I've done everything from, being a bench technician back in the day to, working on SMS 1.2 all the way through, today. Um, I've done, pretty much all engineering and operations work in between. And as of late, I've been doing data warehousing, data architecture sort of thing, taking the data from SCCM, taking the data from other end user computing sources, and aggregating and scrubbing and aligning and putting them into a warehouse so that we can report across the enterprise in a nice, intelligent way and get analytics not just on business stuff, but also operations like what you'll see out of CM. So that's kind of what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, and it sounds like you have a bit of a range of experience there. And before we started recording here, you were telling me you were going to take some of your experience and kind of tailor it so that your session can be a little bit flexible, a little bit adaptable to the audience, so that there's something for everyone. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your session?
Yeah. So that's one of the great things about our MMS here at the Mall of America is that we we try to be interactive and we try to keep it
Yeah.
really have everyone get the most value out of it that they can. And so I want the agility in my session to, if the direction of everybody is we're all newbies and we don't know anything about SQL, we don't know anything about reporting, we just want somebody to kind of show us the ropes, we can go that route. But if we've got 400 level, 500 level engineers that want to get stumped, want to see something they haven't seen before, I've got the skills for the last 18 years or however long I've been doing this to get as deep as people want to get. And so in general, the session's going to be about simple and repeatable SCCM reporting, but we can go anywhere with that we want. There's a ton of information in SCCM, and it can be overwhelming for people, and you can deliver something and then not realize that you haven't really delivered much. So this session will kind of go through how to set up basic, simple, repeatable reporting, but also I do want to include some of the add-ins or connectors that I've seen and have used from BDNA to show how that can even be augmented. And the thing it can make hardware reporting, software reporting, and vulnerability reporting incredibly quick and easy and repeatable. So you don't have to go keep retouching those reports every week. Every time there's a new version of something, I need to add a filter that says and this version and this publisher string and this other thing. You don't have to do that. And so I want to highlight some of that stuff too, because I think that adds great value
Yeah.
to the stuff that comes out of SCCM. So that's kind of where I'm going. I have there's an abstract, and you can certainly look through that, and we'll follow that. But I do have the agility to go from as simple as we need to be, or as technical and deep into the weeds as we need to be, based on what's going to be valuable for the team that shows up.
Yeah, that sounds great, and it's one of the only conferences where you're all pretty close together in one room. You kind of have open discussions. We allow plenty of time for QA, and it's great that you bring the experience to the table where you're going to show us how to write your own queries, build your own solutions there, or show us what's out there from solution providers like BDNA. So that's really great. And what's really cool is BDNA is actually a sponsor as well. I think you were
Our
telling me they're
gold
going
sponsor, I
a
think.
gold
Yeah.
sponsor. That's right. And they also are going to have a couple engineers out there. So maybe if you see something really interesting in John's session with something he's working on, you can approach him afterwards. If you like third-party tools like BDNA, that's another chance where you could go and actually talk to one of the engineers, get a demo. I'm sure they'd be happy to help you out. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'll be available to give the customer's perspective because
yep.
I don't represent BDNA. I am just a customer of theirs, and so I know it I've used it perspective, and I've helped work on some of the design of it. But if you want the actual vendor's authoritative word on something, they're going to be there too. They're going to have lots of great representation. So that'll be the session to go to.
Great. Well, if you're watching this video and you're interested in the session, you can go to mmsmoa.com. Click at the 2015 sessions link at the top of the page. You'll be able to find the sessions and more sessions like it. So, hey, John, I want to thank you for joining us today. I think it sounds like a pretty cool session. So
Yeah,
I think
thanks.
people will really like it. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
super
John.
great.
See you there.
Yeah, we'll see you.